Okay, so today we're going to look at GBP JPY. Now, today we saw a huge push to the downside, okay? Don't be scared of this, okay, traders? Do not be scared of huge pushes to the downside when we said that it's going to be an upwards trend, right? The reason why is because we actually kind of wanted this, and I'm going to explain to you why we wanted this and what we can do next and um, what kind of trades we can get into, okay? So first of all, reason why we shouldn't be scared of this is because I draw out a trend line, which I know this is a little bit different to my previous video when I did do the top-down analysis for GJ, but I did you know clean up the charts a bit so that you can actually see clearly what I mean with the trend lines. So we can see that price has caused this is the low, the daily low, then you got the higher high, then a higher low, then now we got a new higher high, and now we're slowly getting a new higher low. Now, price could do two things, okay? Price can break through this trend line, but still cause a higher low, which is still, still causing an upwards trend. It's still going towards the upside, or price can just break through. So I'm going to show you. Price can just break through and go to our 156 daily low. Now, the reason why we just have to take an account of this is because with a strong push to the downside, price can continue and it can, go towards, the 156 daily low. But we're just going to keep that in mind. But what I'm expecting price to do when it hits a trend line is, every time it hits a trend line, we see huge bearish candlestick and then we see some sort of push to the upside where the candlestick closed above the trend line. Yes, it can go, price can go below the trend line, but as long as it closes above the trend line, we're good. And then once price does that, then we see price going towards the upside. So when price goes towards the upside, we're gonna scale in actually and actually go for entries and what we expect price to do. So once we see some nice rejections, so tomorrow, we're not actually gonna place a trade, or the next, 4 hours, we're not gonna place a trade. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for some sort of rejection, some sort of, candlestick wick where it's higher on the upside and lower on, it's a huge wick on the below the candlestick. So once we see that, or some sort of reversal candlestick, right? Once we see that, for example, like over here we saw it, over here we saw it, over here we saw it, right? All over here we saw the exact same thing too. So we're trying to see the exact same thing where price is going down, and I know we've seen huge push to the downside, okay? Now, when we scale in, let me just remove these trades. When we scale in, we kind of now counter what we said because we did form higher, we did form, our highs. Then we formed the lows. But we couldn't break this high that we had. So let's mark this higher high. Let's mark it because this is a level where we're going to potentially make our TPs if price rejects here. Okay, so this is our potential TP point now. Okay, 166. Okay, that kind of area. We're not going to mark the area just yet there, but that's our TP. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wait for price to some sort of, rejection. And once price does that, we're going for a long. As simple as that, okay? And once price goes for a long, target is going to be all the way up there, okay? Now, this is more like a swing trade and like a day trader kind of type trade. I know some of you lot have a smaller account and you probably scalp or you're intraday trader, so I am going to scale in actually and, look for potential buys as well or potential sells. But this is, if you're a swing trader, this is a potential buy that we can do. Again, if you're a day trader or swing trader, if price breaks, right? If price breaks and, we go to the upside, the two levels which we want to see is, when we short, right, is TP1, where is at 157, and TP2 at 156. Those are the two TPs. So again, that's another trade that we're going to look for, okay? So that's if you're a swing or day trader. this is something I would look at. Now, if you're an intraday trader, so this is a potential sell and a potential buy. So we've got two options, okay? And if you're on my Discord, you'll actually get updated on exactly what will happen at the live moment. So I will, take a screenshot, put on Discord, and let traders know, okay, I'm going for a buy, and here's why. But again, if you're an intraday trader, and I actually sometimes trade like an intraday trader only because when it gets to Thursday and Friday, I don't want to be in the market for like 6 days. Okay, I don't want to be in the market for 3 days. Sometimes I am in the market for 3 days. Sometimes I am in the market for 6 days. One of the trades I did was actually 6 days, and I don't want to. Sometimes I don't want to be in the market for too long, and when it gets near the end of the week, I don't want to actually be holding during the weekend. So what I do is I will scale in again to the 1 hour. I'm going to wait for price. The price is at a trend line right now. And we're going to wait for price to do some sort of, rejection. And once you see some sort of rejection that we can see over here, what we're going to do is we're going to wait for price to now do some sort of double bottom or double top, okay? For example, we saw price, rejected here and price went up, okay? Went back up to the same point, okay? And what we do is, because we know price is going towards the downside, and this is a trade that, you could have priced, and if you did want to hold, if you did take this trade, I'm expecting you lot did this as well, is you waited for price to get back up, get to this level, reject. So let me just draw the level quickly. So like from here to around here. Okay, this is just an example, by the way. Price gets to here, bounces off at the end of this candlestick, above the previous highs. So this high above there, TP probably all the way low over here, right? Once price, once price double tops, like for example here, that's a trade you want to be in, right? Same thing over here. We're going to look for the same thing. So price going up, rejected. Now we know that it's rejected. Break or structure. So let's actually go on the 15-minute chart for you lot. Break or structure. Okay, so it's breaking this area over here. Okay, it's breaking this area over here, which you probably can't see, so we'll just do it as a line. Breaking this area over here. Once it breaks this area, that's exactly what I'll do, okay? Once it breaks this area, price then goes down, retest, double bottom, retest this area. So if we draw an area right over here, retest this area. Let me do this. Retest box. Retest this area. Once it does that, we have formed a double bottom, okay? And then obviously break this potential high, okay? We have now formed a double bottom. Now you could either enter here, which is risking a lot, okay? But you can enter over there. Or, right, if you are still unsure with the trade and you're still unsure if price is, actually not just, I know a lot of traders will be looking, they will do a fib from here to there because they see a huge downwards push, forgetting that the 4 hours is still on the uptrend, see that as long as 50% retracement, and then expect price to go down all the way over here, which we won't do, okay? And what price would do probably is wick out of this box as well to confirm that it's a double bottom, okay? As long as candlesticks close in this box, or if it just wicks into this box, it's fine. But as long as candlestick gets into this box or wick gets into this box, we're good. If a candlestick closes below this box, then this whole plan is just scrap and we just continue to the downside. Okay, that means that fib would have worked. But sorry if I explained that too quick, but if price is going towards the upside, what we'll do, if you're still unsure, is wait for the retest at this support over here that is created, or where it broke out basically. So this sort of area over like here, this like area over here. So once it does that kind of support, right, that is created. So once it creates that support again, which is more of a better trade, is then you can place stop losses probably over here and TP's all the way up here. which is still a nice trade, still 1 to 2 ratio. So if you're a intraday trader, or this is kind of like a day trade as well, but we're on a 50-minute chart. If so, sort of swing trader, we're now looking for short-term trades, and this is what we're looking at. Okay, now if price just doesn't do this, it's not the end of the world, guys. What we'll do is we will then, let's say price breaks this trend line and it closes below this trend line, right? Let's say price closes below this trend line on the 1 hour, on the 4 hours, right? Let's say it does that. Let's get into the 50 minutes, right? What we're doing, again, waiting for a retest, pull back, waiting for that pullback. Once it pulls back, which again is this area right over here, right? Once it pulls back into this area, oops, right? What's going to happen? And we can already see that price is going up, but let's just say it does that. What we're going to do is sell. Short position, sell over here, stop loss, probably just above this high, take profit on our TP1, which this is a 1-to-1 ratio, or just above 1-to-1 ratio, or TP2, which is 156, so 157 or 156, okay? But that's if price breaks down, okay? If price rejects though, which I'm expecting price to do, if price does reject, to go to the upside. If price doesn't, we go to the downside. So now we've got 2 plans, and we just wait. It's a waiting game, okay? So now we've got in our mind the 2 plans. Now we're going to see, let's say on Friday, we'll see at the end of the week what GJ did, and if which plan did it go with, and if I place a trade. So if you're not on my Discord, make sure you go in the link down in the description below and hop on that Discord, because I will up-to-date you guys. Every trade I do, I'll up to date with you lot, and I will also tell you why I place the trade. So not only am I just giving a signal basically, which is not really a signal, but I'm just showing you a trade. I'm not telling you to place a trade, I'm just showing you what trades I'm doing. Not only am I doing that, I'm also giving you explanations on why I'm doing this trade. So not only is it helping me, it's helping you lot to understand why I'm placing a buy or sell on GJ. But overall though, I am bullish with GJ, and I am hoping that price goes to the upside, even though right now on the 50-minute chart it looks like it's going to the downside. On the 4-hour chart we can see it, hopefully pushing towards the upside, right? So other than that, I hope you lot enjoyed this breakdown, and I'll see you lot in the next breakdown.